pine tart, and pine tart is a pastry that we used to have all the time when I was growing up in Guyana. So the most popular pastry that we used to have was pine tart, cheese rolls, cheese cones, chicken patties, which is my absolutely favorite. But today, because I have a pineapple, a very, very ripe pineapple, and I'm in the mood for pine tart, we will share that recipe with you guys today. In this bowl here, I have 3 cups of flour, and for this pine tart, we have half a cup of butter, and I cut them into small pieces because it's the butter in the fridge. You can't thaw these out. You have to use them right out of the fridge. Make sure that it's cold because it's very important that you mix this dough with the cold butter and the cold water and everything, so to get that flakiness. And then I have half a cup of crisco shortening, and this is gonna help with that crust as well, the pastry crust. So I'm just putting everything in here, and then I need 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and I'm gonna add that right now into this. The color of the shortening and the butter looks so pretty in this flour. So that's just a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And then to knead this, because you can't put heat into this, I'm gonna use my potato masher to mash it up together until we get it into a crumble kind of consistency, like the texture of oatmeal. And to do so, we can't put heat, and my hands will have heat. So I'm gonna crumble this up, try to mix it in a little before I do so with the water. And then once this is nice and crumble, and for me, when I'm using flour or I'm baking or making any kind of thing with flour, I like to go in with my hands. So I'm just gonna probably mash this up a little and still go in with my hands, because I do not like to mix dough knowing that I can't put my hands in there. It's just me. I love to make sure that my dough is well kneaded and it's mixed properly. So I'm gonna continue to do so until it's how I want it to be. So guys, you know me, I couldn't resist. I had to go in with my hand, and this is what you're trying to do. You're trying to mix in that butter and the shortening and the vegetable shortening into the flour, and then it's gonna come to like a consistency of crumble, like an oatmeal texture. And once it's like that, you know that the butter and the vegetable shortening is mixed in well. So at this point here, I have some ice cold water, because we want to keep this dough on the cooler side, not on the warm side, because this is when you keep it on the cool mixture, bless you, you're not gonna when you keep it on the cool side, it's gonna be nice and flaky. So I have half a cup of water, and if you look at it here, it is frozen on the top, so it's really, really cold. I'm just gonna have to just poke this a little so I can get out the water from in here, but never mind the ice, that's gonna be fine because we're looking for cold water. So I'm gonna mix this dough until I have all of it mixed into a ball, and then I'll come back and show you the consistency that we're looking for. So guys, this is how we want the dough to be. It's nice and firm. I can feel how flaky it's gonna be, because this is the texture. When I roll it, you can feel that flakiness. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna wrap this with some saran wrap, leave it in my fridge for a little, and then we'll come back to this in half an hour to an hour time. Guys, we're gonna wrap this up now in this saran wrap. It's important that we put it in the fridge, because with this dough you have to make sure that it's all, for it to get intact and one place, you need to put it into the fridge, or else when the heat of your hand goes on it, it's gonna get very, very soft and hard to work with. So I'm gonna put this in the fridge, and then we'll come back. Beautiful pineapple that we have here. I wash it very thoroughly outside and scrub it nicely because in my house we usually make pineapple drink with the inside and the outside. So I'm keeping the skins to make a pineapple drink, but I will be showing you guys how to make this with the skin another day. Today I'm just gonna make it quickly, but I will certainly share this recipe with everyone soon on my channel, because this is a way of making fermented pine drink and it's very healthy for you. So pineapple is also rich in vitamin C, so this is another source of vitamin C, and you don't want to lose out on any of the nutrients. So I do not throw away my pineapple skin unless it's really not good or it's rotten or something like that. But we make pineapple drink with the skin.
Also, you can make control of how much sugar you want, because in the stores they put a lot of sugar, but this one is homemade.
Yes, and you can, that's absolutely correct, Jessica. For this drink that we're making at home, you don't you can put as much sugar as you like, or you can take out some if you don't, like, you can control how much sugar you're putting in this drink. Beautiful this pineapple is. Can you see, Jess?
Yes.
It is so ripe and so good. It's at the right stage now to use it for anything. So what I usually do after I peel it, I usually wash my pineapple with some salt, because that takes away sometimes all the pineapple have like a strong acidy kind of flavor when you cut it. But when you wash it with salt, it cut away some of that acidy things, because I remember when the kids were small and I gave them pineapple, sometimes it used to burst their lips because of the strong acidity. But we wash them with some salt, and that's, I find the salt help to cut away all the some of the strong acidity on the top. So we don't eat this middle part, so this is gonna go into my pineapple drink pot. Like I said, I'm gonna share that recipe one day. And I usually cut out all those, and then all we need in here is just the good part, which is the nice soft juicy part of the pineapple. So because we're making the pine tart today, I'm gonna cut about 2 of these for my family to eat, and the rest of it, because this is gonna give us a good portion of the pineapple jam that we need for the filling. And I'm just gonna cut out all the middle, and then I'm gonna cut a piece for us to eat. And then what I'm gonna do, I don't puree my pineapple for the jam. I like to cut them up into chunks, and in that way when you're eating the pineapple, it's not like melted pineapple into the pine tart. You get that nice chunky jam filling inside. So look at how beautiful this pineapple is. So let me cut it up, and then we'll come back and show you guys. I'm going to show you guys how I cut this pineapple to make the jam. I like to make the jam chunky. So this is the size of the pineapple that I'm going to cut. And this is all going to mellow out and come to a nice mushy jam. In the meanwhile, these 2 here is pieces that I'm leaving for us, me and my husband. And I have little bowls over here for the kids that we cut out of this one pineapple we can eat, and then we're gonna make the jam to make that pine tart. So you can get so much of one pineapple. Plus, remember I said I'm using the skin to make a drink, so nothing is going to waste with this pineapple. Guys, now it's time to make that beautiful pineapple jam for this pine tart. And until I don't get this stove started, I don't know why it's giving me a hard time, but I'm gonna measure out of that one pineapple. My kids got some to eat. I'm making a drink with the skin. I have 1 cup here, and my husband and myself will be getting some as well. I have 2 cups of pineapple, and this is a really, guys, when you're making this jam, try to make it with the ripest pineapple as you can, because we bought this pineapple, that's 3 cups, and the pineapple wasn't as ripe as you want it to be. So we leave it like for 2 to 3 days on, or right on your, like where it can get some light. And I had it on my kitchen table because I have a lot of light coming in from the back door, and it got so ripe, so sweet. The kids said this is the best pineapple ever. So that's 3.5 cups of pineapple, and this is gonna cook down, and that's the juice. We don't want to throw that away. This pineapple is gonna cook down to jam, and it's gonna be maybe less than what we put in, but the main thing is that what we're looking for is a nice, rich, sweet pineapple jam. So I'm gonna put 1/2 cup of brown sugar, and then once we do that, this is gonna start go down to, it's gonna soften up and start cooking, and the pineapple is gonna give it that nice sweet, extra sweet depth. And Jessie's smiling because Jessica have a sweet tooth. She just loves all the sweet dessert that I make and all the sweet things that I make. But she's gonna enjoy this. So Jess, with all your help that you're giving me for these videos, I am happy that you are gonna enjoy this. So now, while the sugar is melting in, we wanna add into here 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon powder, ground cinnamon. You can add regular cinnamon, like the sticks, if you don't have powder. But for me, I find with this jam, if you put the powder, it's gonna get into all parts of the pineapple, and it's gonna make it like real flavorful. Whereas if you use the sticks, you're gonna have to take them out at the end of when you finish making the jam. But the cinnamon will soak right into the pineapple and stay in there instead of taking it out. So I still feel I can put a little bit. So instead of 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, I'm gonna put 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, because you can't go wrong with a little bit of extra cinnamon, and it's already smelling super good, right Jess?
Yeah.
It smells so good, so nice. And it's already loosening up some juices in here, which is gonna be nice and juicy. And I wanna add a little bit extra flavor. So I'm gonna add 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, because we want this jam to be nice and rich for the filling. So 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And guys, you don't have to do too much for this jam. It's very simple. Once the pineapple starts mashing up, it's gonna be done and ready for the filling. But you can't fill it when it's hot, so we're gonna have to let it cool. And to balance all this off, like to balance out the sweetness and the sugar and all that, I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. So that's about lime, but you can also add lemon if you have it. Today I don't have any lemon, so I'm gonna be adding 1/2 lemon, which will give me like a teaspoon of lemon juice right into the pineapple here, and that's gonna give a nice balance with the sweetness, and it's gonna add a little bit of tardiness to balance out everything. So 1 teaspoon of lime juice is just enough of what we're looking for, and this is starting to cook up. As you guys can see, it didn't take no time before it started cooking, and I like that lemon juice in there. So I'm gonna cook it down until it's like the jam consistency, and then we'll come back and show you guys how it looks. So guys, look at this beauty here. Nice color. So what I did, because I'm trying to make it a little bit chunkier, I did actually went in with my potato masher and mash it up a little bit more to help it to get a little bit more reduced instead of being too big of pieces. So now this is looking like the consistency that I want it to be, which is not too puree-ish kind of texture, but a nice chunky kind of texture. So when you open up your pine tart, you can still bite into pieces of pineapple.
It smells like pie if you're making pineapple pie. And guys, if you've never tried this recipe before, remember to try this, because after you do all the hard work, it turns into a really great treat to have.
That's amazing. Yes, Jess, it smells like pie. Like if because this is like you're making the pie filling here, or when you're cooking fruits with cinnamon, or if you're cooking apple with cinnamon or something.
Apple pie.
Yeah, it smells really like pie. But you know what? I think this is how we're gonna keep it to this consistency. We're gonna take it off from the heat now and let it cool down. It really have to cool down like real cold. And I'm gonna let it sit until this is room temperature, like super cold, and then we will do the filling and show you guys how we put everything together. But it smells amazing and I can't wait for it to finish. So guys, our dough was sitting for over 2.5 hours. So I'm gonna take it out now because we want to fill these pine tart to get them cooking. And then here is the dough. I'm gonna roll this dough out. I want to cut it in half because I don't want to work with it and make it very I don't want to get it too warm. So I'm gonna use half and then we'll come back if we need the other half. So guys, this is half of the dough we're working with. And what I want to do is roll this dough out so we can cut small pieces to form little circles. And then we're going to work with those little circles to make sure that we fill those and make the triangle for this pine tart. So I'm going to take my time because I don't want to put too much heat into this dough, because I want it to stay nice and intact so I can get to make some nice little circles that we can work with. So this is good, and I'm gonna use this to cut circles, and I'll press this down like that, and then I'm gonna make as many circles as I can get out of this one. And from the end of the dough that we're gonna cut off, you can keep those to make something else. You don't have to throw it away. You can always leave it in your fridge, and then you can go back to that for something else, which I'm gonna be doing, because if I get enough for today's recipe, I'm gonna be reusing my dough for something else. So I really like how this dough is, that I can work with it without it breaking up or falling apart or something like that. So I'm gonna keep doing that. I'll keep making all my little circles, and I have how many here? 3 and 2, 5. And then I'm gonna see if I can get some more out of this one. So let me flour up this area, and then we can cut off as much as we can get for now. Take those same little circles that I cut out, and we're gonna roll them off a little bit wider, because we wanna, when we fill this, we can have enough room to put the filling and make the fold and all that. So that's what we're gonna do right here now. So I roll this out as much as I want it to be easy for me to work with. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take our jam that we made, our pineapple jam, and then we're gonna spread this out in the center of the circle, because the end we want to put some egg wash. That, guys, and you can put as much as you want. You can fill as much as you like. But when you roll this off, trust me, it's gonna be good enough. And here I have some egg wash. And what I'm gonna be doing is just brush the outer part of this circle, because we're gonna take the outer part. We're gonna fold it. So we want the ends to stick down properly together instead of opening up. So this is gonna help that the ends to stick together. So I'm gonna do that all over, and then to make a triangle, you wanna do one end, and then you wanna do another, make sure the other end is folding over like that. And then you wanna put the bottom to fold over to the open part that we have here, and you make a triangle like this. And then once you're done, you're gonna put it on your baking dish, And I'm using a parchment paper underneath. So I'm gonna keep on, see how you have that triangle? And that's what the pine tart back home when we make it. We make them in a triangle shape so that you can differentiate the pastry by the shape, because the triangle one, we always know when you see a triangular pastry, we already know it is a pine tart. When you see one looking rectangle with the ends have like some fringe on the ends, that's the cheese roll. And for the chicken patties will be the wrong ones, and we know exactly which. We can differentiate them by the shape they have. So that's how we can tell. So guys, I'm gonna keep filling these, and you can see the jam is nice and brown now, the color that you're looking for, because of the caramelization of the brown sugar and the cinnamon in there. And remember, I put a little bit of vanilla extract. All that helped this to have this nice brown color. So let me keep doing this, and then we'll come back and show you guys the next step. Ready, fill them, make my all triangles, and now I'm gonna brush them with some egg wash on the top, and this will help it to get that nice glaze on the top when they're done. And I have 10 that I made out of the half dough that I cut, so I still have half more dough in the fridge. And I'm gonna be making some cheese rolls with the other half on another one of my recipe, and show you guys the recipe for cheese roll. So today I'm gonna be doing the pine tart, and tomorrow or maybe another day I'll be making, before the end of the week, the cheese roll. So we're gonna keep that other part of the dough and make something, another pastry, another day. So I'm gonna keep doing this, and then I'll put them in the 350-degree oven. It's already hot, for 15 to 20 minutes. That's all it takes. Remember, the pine is already cooked in the inside. It's just the dough now to cook into a flaky kind of texture, and then it's gonna be all ready to serve. And my kids are very excited, checking in with me every now and then if I'm done. So I know these are gonna be gone in no time. I made 10 out of that batch because I made them small, but if you were to make them bigger than this, you might get 5 or 6 of them out of that batch. So guys, let's put this in the oven, and we'll come back and show you guys. They look so good.
I'm excited.
Okay guys, here they are, very, very nicely done. I like the color on the top, and that's because of the egg wash that we put on. But I can't believe they came out so beautiful. So I'm gonna just show you guys how they look in the inside. Guys, I'm so excited. They came out so well. I'm gonna look for a big one to break so you guys can see how it looks in the inside. And it's really, really still warm right now. But oh my god, these are so, oh wow. Look at that. Jessie, can you see?
Yes, that looks so good.
Yeah, go closer so they can see. So the jam is just oozing out from the inside. It's still warm. You can see some steam coming out. And the outside is nice and flaky, guys. Oh my god, it came out so well. So I'm going to taste and let you guys know. And please, guys, it's very, very simple to make. Hope you guys like this recipe and the steps. If you have any comments, let me know. So guys, I'm gonna do the taste right now. I am so excited to let you guys know that I made my own jam, pineapple jam for the filling, and I did my pastry dough from scratch. So I am very proud of myself. You guys can do this too. Oh my god. The jam in the inside, oh my gosh, guys. That fresh pineapple taste, and the chunks, because I cut them up into chunks, I just bite into a piece of pineapple, and I can still taste a little bit of that lime juice on it with the cinnamon and everything bursting out. Guys, it tastes exactly like the ones I used to have in Guyana when I was growing up. I remember sometimes I used to have pine tart and cheese roll for my lunch in school. And this reminds me exactly of that. And it's warm and it tastes so good, so fresh. I made them. You guys can make it too. So another bite for you guys. Oh my god, and it's so flaky. The inside is bursting out with the pineapple. I am very excited right now.
Guys, look at that. Look at that, guys. The wonderful pineapple jam inside. And look how flaky the dough is. Let me get it a try. It tastes exactly like how when we buy it from the store. And exactly how it looks inside. Guys, don't forget to subscribe, like, turn on the notification bell, and remember, comment down below what you would like us to make next, and share with all of your friends. And I know that you guys can make this recipe. Bye for now.